A long time ago, on a comics page far, far away. Greetings and welcome to May the Panel Be With You, the Star Wars comic book show brought to you by the Punch-Up Entertainment Network. I'm your humble host, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, the Queen Sarna to my Princess Danu, it's John Campbell.
People are like, finally, Sarna and Danu are in the comic. We've been waiting. Their listeners waiting so long.
Sarna and Danu at Tanagra.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well be. Boy, oh boy, is this a fill-in issue.
Oh, yeah. Strap in, folks, because these next couple of weeks are going to be some big fill-in issues. We were just talking about how Joe Duffy is really taking over the helm of this book, and now she's going to take a couple of weeks off, and we got some people filling in the meantime.
He needs time to craft.
But yes, because today we're covering issue number 83 of Marvel's The Star Wars. No, it's not The Star Wars. It's a whole different thing. But this is Star Wars from
Star
Marvel
Wars.
Comics Group. It was originally released in May of 1984. We're now a year out from the release of Return of the Jedi. We're blazing new trails here. And oh, what trails they are.
Oh, man. I mean... Yeah, they're trails. Do I want to be walking on them? That's up for debate.
But we've got a story by Linda Grant, and we've got Bob McLeod doing everything else.
Pretty much, yeah. Glennis Ween has a coloring credit.
Yeah,
but that's about it. I will say this: when we get to the first page of this thing, the credits page does look noticeably more empty.
Look, sometimes you just got to turn to Bob McLeod, who is an old hand at Marvel at this point, and go, "Hey, Bob, we need an issue." And he's like, "All right, give me a weekend."
I'm curious who Linda Grant is.
That is a name I'm unfamiliar with, and she is not credited on Marvel Unlimited, which I find interesting.
This appears to be This is the only thing she wrote for Star Wars. Let's see. Did she write anything else for Marvel? Linda Grant. Linda Grant was...
might be a made-up name?
Sense. No. She was an editor primarily.
Okay.
So I don't think did a lot of... But so that's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
And specifically is the story by credit, so that leads me to believe that somebody had to draft a rough outline and then just handed it over to Bob McLeod and he did everything else.
Looks like she was involved in the Secret Wars stuff.
Oh.
Which, of course, we've talked about. Yeah. She wrote a couple... It looks like she was an editor who occasionally wrote some stuff. Did a couple issues of Dazzler.
Okay. They really tried hard to make Dazzler a thing, and I appreciate that.
Really, really did. But yeah, it does seem like she was an editor who came in to write some stories when no one else was around. Which really makes sense having read this.
Yeah. Well, let's dive into it in the same way that Lando is trying to escape this comic book, it seems like.
This is such a weird Lando story.
This is a Lando story, which I do appreciate a good Lando running solo story.
I was excited. I was like, oh, good, except for it's a really weird use of Lando. He doesn't really do a lot of Lando stuff in it.
Yeah. So the cover here, we have Lando diving off of a, what do they call him in the issue? Sky sled?
Yeah, I mean, it really looks like a Masters of the Universe vehicle.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And we've seen this in some other issues of Star Wars where it's like, okay, this is something that Buck Rogers would have to be filmed on as there's a green screen behind him.
Yeah. I mean, look, this whole thing feels very Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon. The guys with the jetpacks and the helmets firing at him.
Oh,
Lando, for some reason, is also carrying a 6-shooter from the Old West on his hip.
Yeah, look, he's also wearing, high heels. Let's not worry about these things.
So he's dressed like a pirate for some reason. I mean, the whole thing is very strange.
No cape?
Yeah, I mean, he's in trouble if the cape is gone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people yelling. I love the guy up on the bridge being like, there he is! That's him.
And in the background, there's all these big gold buildings that, Ming the Merciless could very easily be plotting inside
and no words, just, And you're
Star
like,
Wars.
oh, Lando stepped in it this time.
I mean, can we really be shocked? I see a
No,
I see a cover where Lando is like diving away from guys on jetpacks. I'm like, oh, we've been here before. Wasn't this an issue where he had to dive off of Cloud City to escape guys with
Oh,
jetpacks?
yeah. I mean, no, this didn't throw me, this cover. We'll talk about how fast the comic threw me, though.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to this first page because right away,
in media res.
first off, we're back on this sled that we saw, this hover sled. We're right in the middle of it. Lando and some unknown woman are flying across the sky as other people on sky sleds are shooting at them. Lando, being very cautious, is wearing a helmet. Good for him.
Like the helmets, yeah. But it is like we jump right in, and immediately there's a few names where I'm like, where he goes, when your sister said she had a job for me, Danu, I didn't realize it was target practice. Or is this what passes for the welcome wagon on Drugheda?
Drugheda? Is that how you say it? Drogheda.
Drogheda, maybe?
Yeah, I said Drogheda in my head.
Yeah. Either way, immediately we're like, Danu? Drogheda? What?
Yeah. So, John, how many more places do you think this particular planet and the people here are mentioned in other Star Wars media?
My always guess is 0. Never again. But are you going to tell me that it's in a role-playing game or something?
No, I'm going to tell you that in a tie-in piece of merchandise from the Solo film, this particular planet is mentioned again in the Journal of Han Solo, as produced by Del Rey Publishing.
God, wow. That is wild. And Han Solo, man, not even Lando.
Nah, yeah.
Even though it's Lando. I mean, because I will say, I spent this whole issue going, am I supposed to know what this is? Because Lando's like, to be back here with the people I know. And I'm just like, did I miss something?
If you told me this was another issue that was like retraced over John Carter of Mars adventure, I would believe you.
Yeah, I mean, insert space hero here, basically, right? I mean, it is just like Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, any of them really could be doing. It is just the most generic space opera thing. And like I said, really isn't very much a Lando story. Like I mean, Lando's the main character, but I'm talking about Lando doesn't do a lot of the stuff you think. There's not a lot of conning of people or coming up with clever ruses to get out of stuff or gambling or...
Yeah, there's some like, okay, I can understand how Lando would get tied into this that we'll get into, but as far as like Lando taking an active role in the situation, he's not doing Lando stuff while he's doing that. That's true.
No, it's very weird. It's very weird.
But yeah, so we're under fire. Lando with this mystery woman, Danu.
Yeah. Oh boy, Danu, we're sure in trouble, and your sister too, whatever that means. What? All right.
We'll get to it. I actually appreciate this form of fantasy storytelling where it's just like, there's a lot of proper nouns, and you're going to have to pick it up along the way. We're not going to stop and explain everything.
That's fine. I did think we would maybe stop. It's more the later stuff where they go like, and I'm like, I don't.
What we do need to stop and explain is every little action that Lando and Danu take as they leap away from this sled.
Yeah, because they're sky sled, or what is a sky sled? Is that what they call them?
I mean, they call them sleds or sky sleds, yeah.
Yeah, that gets shot, so they get thrown from it and end up grabbing onto the root of a tree that's right at the edge of a cliff.
Right. But while they're doing that, as they're jumping and as everything exploding, they have time for Danu to say, "Look out! The last blast disabled the sled." Lando comes back with a...
"Jump before it drags us down! Grab hold of me!"
And Danu responds, "A lot of good this will do us, except make sure we crash together on the rocks below."
Just hang on. They're still in midair.
They're still in midair.
Yeah. And then finally he catches and he says, "Satisfied? Reminds me of a time on Caltania."
And she says, "How can you reminisce when we're dangling here like a couple of sitting ducks?"
Now, once again, they are hanging onto a root of a tree that has grown over and is down off of a cliff, like hanging off of the...
Right. So they're dangling off the precipice here, and unfortunately their attackers are still coming in hot, and so Danu grabs a blaster from Lando's hip and takes one of them out.
That's kind of cool.
I kind of like their banter here. She's like, hey, mind if I borrow your blaster? And Lando's like, hey, help yourself, but make it a good. And she, as she's blowing up a guy, saying, I'm always good.
All this reads as totally fine Star Wars to me.
Totally.
The weirdness of this has yet to begin.
Right. So she blows up one of these sledsmen. Then the rest of them fly off. And they kind of comment on it as like, oh, wow, just blowing up one of them scared them off? Huh.
And then some guys from Prince Valiant show up. Yep.
Yep, that is what happens.
I mean, just straight up, Prince Valiant characters are like, can we help you?
Well, immediately as these guys with like capes and shoulder pads and weird little crown helmets are like, Princess, are you okay? I'm like, oh, okay, this is a different comic than what I thought it was.
Whoa, yeah, what are we doing here? Okay, all right, yeah. Princess, gotcha, okay.
So we're introduced here to Harlech, the commander of the Royal Guard.
I hope he doesn't turn out to be evil. A guy named Harlech.
With an evil-looking mustache and eyes that are always in shadow. Yeah. Definitely not
And even
evil.
as he's saying, we're here to protect you, he's like, we're here to protect you. Look at the expression on his face.
Queen Sarna's spies warned us that her revolutionaries had planned to ambush you. It was definitely revolutionaries. Wink.
Yeah. This guy's the commander of the Royal Guard, so they take them to the Citadel Towers.
Is Commander of the Royal Guard like the second most evil position in any kind of like old kingdom, right underneath Vizier?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a Command of a Royal Guard presented as a remotely good person in anything.
I mean, the first one I think of is the one from Aladdin, right? Is the
oh yeah
the big guy that's about to chop Aladdin's hands off.
Yeah. That guy lives to maim. He was really excited about that. So anyway, yeah, they're going to the Citadel Towers on a sky sled.
The Citadel Towers, majestic. The Citadel towers majestically over Drogida's.
That's my bad. I did read that. Yeah, the Citadel. So they're going to the Citadel, not the Citadel Towers.
Reachable only by sky sled, this fortress is virtually impregnable.
And immediately, be careful. Watch your step with Harlech. He may be my sister's close confidant, but I don't trust him. I'm like, me neither.
I don't trust any of these people.
No, because who are any of these people?
No idea.
Yeah. But Lando says, I'm here at your sister's request, not to get involved in your petty intrigues. Isn't that all he's doing? I mean, I guess that's not the individual, but he is here to get involved. We'll get into this. The whole thing of him being here and what's going on is very strange.
Because, yeah, we have not been explained why Lando is here, how he got here, what happened to the rebellion.
He's been summoned by the queen of this planet, is as much as we know. And there's people who obviously are against her in some capacity.
Speaking of the queen, we find ourselves in the throne room pretty shortly as, the queen of Drogida is here, and this is Sarna, who is Danu's older sister.
And who she and Lando had a thing.
It's immediately clear. And now this is some good Lando here. It's like, we find out here that Lando once had a relationship with this woman. And this was back when she was just a princess. And it is very much, it's not even implied, it's straight up said that like he was trying to marry into the royal family to get a cut of the mining business here.
All that was great. That all works for me as very Lando stuff. And she's like, she's still into him, but is also kind of like, what the hell, man? Where were you?
She dismisses everyone else in the room and says, as Lando's like, hey, what am I doing here? She's like, you're right. Let's take care of business first. We'll have plenty of time later to get reacquainted. Wink, wink.
And that is in bold, reacquainted, for emphasis. Okay, so she tells us that since her father's death, she rules the planet as best she can. So this is a monarchy on this planet.
Which, I mean, that Star Wars, we've got planet kings.
I mean, nothing I love more than Naboo with their democratically elected monarchy, which is still one of the craziest forms of government I've ever seen. But
we love a dictator who's elected.
It's so weird. Kind of inherently not a queen at that point. Like,
Except,
I mean, I guess you can use whatever words you want to use.
yeah, look, if you want to call the leader of your country a king, fine. It has some baggage with it, that's for sure.
It's a weird choice, but you can do it. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. So anyway, she tells him that there's a band of revolutionaries who are turning against her people and causing trouble, and that they are actively trying to resurrect the Empire. Because keep in mind, this comic is just acting like after Return of the Jedi, the Empire is completely wiped out.
Kind of. I mean, this is the first implication we have that, like, there's any kind of Imperial remnant.
Right, but I guess spoilers for the rest of the issue, this is not true.
Right, because what she says specifically is that the revolutionaries have ties with the Empire, and she doesn't want to see Dragita's resources used to resurrect the Empire.
Right.
So she's like, hey, Lando, you're the only person I can trust. You got to quell this revolution.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm just the man for that job, obviously. What?
I mean, actually, no. He specifically says, why me?
And actually, I have the same question, and she doesn't really have a particularly good answer.
She says he's a hero of the rebellion, and like, I guess that's sort of an answer.
I mean, he is a hero of the rebellion. He is technically a general, but he's not really like a soldier.
And like, has Lando had much experience, like, putting down rebel scum?
Yeah, I mean, some of the, like, because you're going to need a lot. Number one, you'd need more than one guy, period. That seems interesting. And you're also going to need, like, maybe not negotiators, because it seems like they're just straight up terrorists at this point. But yeah, Lando, how's your counterterrorism training?
I mean,
Lando's been a terrorist, basically, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the eyes of the previous government, which was the Empire.
It's so interesting. You are a hero of a rebellion. Help me stop a rebellion.
I mean, what we find out eventually is that this is all sort of a setup, right?
It's all bullshit, which makes her bringing him here even weirder.
Yeah, because she also treats it like a honeypot, because she says, you're a hero of the rebellion, and the rewards will be ... ample, as she raises an eyebrow at him.
Yeah, and that can mean whatever you want it to.
Sure, this is Comics Code Authority territory where don't worry about it.
Well, because for Lando, sex or money, just as good. And why not both?
I mean, I think he leans towards the money, but yeah.
But if some sex is involved too, Lando ain't complaining.
Sure.
Yeah. And so, but he's like, why me? And she says, because you're a hero of rebellion and the rewards will be ample. And then his thought bubble is,
I don't know if that thought bubble was necessary.
And then he says, sounds like a good cause, lady. You've got yourself a deal. Which I'm like, okay, Lando.
And then they smooch.
Yeah. I'd like to try that again when we turn the page.
Don't tell me you need practice. We'll talk more later after you've rested. Why is rested in bold here?
I have no idea. Why is that emphasized? I don't think that's a double entendre.
I guess, like, drink some Gatorade and we'll be ready for round 2 of smooching.
Look, that's as far as they can go in a Marvel comic of the 80s. So that's going all the way as far as Marvel's concerned. So anyway, she's like, servant girl, get in here and take Lando to his quarters.
But meanwhile, in the shadows, it's Danu, and she's like, nice.
And then I do like, you little sneak, how dare you eavesdrop?
I really like McLeod's work here. For those who don't know, Bob McLeod has done a ton of work for Marvel over the years.
He's kind of one of those guys who's a real, like, working, like almost a blue collar, like, he's a workhorse, which means he kind of doesn't get mentioned a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a solid go-to in-house guy. But his stuff is really good.
Stuff is really good. Did the first little arc of New Mutants. Did a ton of stuff on. I mean, he's done issues of Star Wars that we'll see going forward, but like did a bunch of stuff with Spider-Man back in the 80s, did a bunch of stuff with like early X-Men or early Claremontian like X-Men and X-Factor stuff. But like, yeah, definite workhorse is the right term there, because he's one of those like unsung, I think, artists of the 80s that like did a ton of work to establish what Marvel's kind of like house style was in that era.
Right. Yeah. But he's kind of one of those forgotten names. So I'm glad we're talking about him because, yeah, always solid. And one of the reasons I think they brought him in on stuff like this, fill-in issues and things like that, is they knew the guy could deliver, right?
Because like
you knew if Tim Cloud was on it, he's going to get it done.
We have this conversation here between Danu and her sister, and there's this implication here between like the art and the shading and the expressions on their faces that like we're really heavily lampshading this idea that there's more afoot here than meets the eye, and that one of these sisters is maybe evil.
Yeah. And once again, I'm immediately like, man, I barely know who these women are.
That's the problem.
So when we're immediately doing like that, I'm just like, okay, I already don't have a grounding for them, and now you're like,
intrigue.
Wait a minute, who the hell are you? Who was anybody to begin with? I'm so confused.
Because we get this line here where the queen is like, while the revolutionaries control Mount Meru mine, we're losing money daily, and I'm being made to look like a fool.
Like a goddamn fool.
So clearly she's more worried about the profits than the actual revolutionaries themselves.
Yeah, which kind of immediately, I gotta say, sucks the air out of her. Like, it's like, oh, okay, so she's evil. She's not. We don't know that she's evil per se, but you're like, okay, we already immediately were like, I guess she's manipulating Lando on some level.
Sure, for sure. And then we also have this mocking sister here that's just like, oh no, what a shame that your business interests are being interrupted. Boo-hoo.
Yeah. Danu has got a real snarky edge to her.
And she's clearly got a little bit of the hots for Lando as well, because she's saying things like, Lando, he's more attractive than I remembered. Having him around will be fun.
And then she's like, by the way, you're infuriating, Danu, is a great line of dialogue. Don't you realize I've got a crisis on my hands?
And that's when she explains the stuff about the mine.
Oh, that is serious. And then, boy, we're straight into some romance comics territory here with the watch your step, Danny. And I think Lando is here to quell the revolution because he's so good at that. Not to have a good time. Don't distract him like I am.
Look, there's only one of us here that can be the honeypot, and it's going to be me. You hear me, sister?
If anyone's getting a piece of Lando, it's me. Very, very immediately. I will say, I mean, I'll give him this. I went like, I have no idea where this is going.
Right. And especially when the queen's like, tomorrow Lando will lead an attack to drive the revolutionaries from Mount Meru. Stay with him, and I'll expect a complete report upon your return.
He is? When was this discussed?
She when she dismissed Lando, she was like, hey, get some rest. We'll go deal with these revolutionaries in the morning.
But already she's got a plan. We're going to attack them at Mount Meru. And then immediately, then we get the word bubble where it's like, I doubt that you, dear sister, will have reason to celebrate.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, no. But once again, we don't
know who these people are. We're immediately kind of given this idea that, like, okay, Queen Sarna's not exactly, like, on the up and up with Lando, so having Danu be like, man, I'm gonna get you to have some just desserts. Like, as the reader, I'm a little sure who to be rooting for here, and I guess that's sort of the point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the next day at Mount Meru Mine.
We've got the captain of the Royal Guard being like, this is folly. If we go charging in there, the revolutionaries will cut us down.
This is folly is such a like fantasy soldier line. Why, this is folly, sir.
Yeah.
It's so formal.
Hey, would you prefer this story or Luke learning to joust?
Oh God, Jesus, yeah. I mean, no, I'm not saying this is the worst thing we've ever seen, because I mean, I also remember Darth Vader intricately knowing the rule book of a planet, but Law 47, subsection 2. Damn, Vader. I've studied. Anyway, but yeah, Lando's got a plan. Back in helmet.
Yep.
They're gonna
first.
attack the back of the mine because he's like, I'm sure they've thought about how to escape from this mine, so they'll expect us to attack from the front, but really we'll get them from behind.
Because Lando spent last night studying maps of the area, and he has calculated that there will be a secondary exit from the mine in the back, and they find it immediately.
Classic Lando with his meticulously created battle plans. What? Like, Lando leads the assault on the Death Star in Return of the Jedi. He didn't come up with that plan.
Now, hear me out. Is this story 10 times better if you completely replace Lando Calrissian, but nothing else, with Admiral Akbar?
Yes, if only. I mean,
like, keep the implied relationship between him and the Queen, keep it all.
I know we had a thing in the past, and it went bad. Perhaps we can rekindle our flame.
Your father never approved of our relationship.
He's a racist. He took one look at my Mon Calamari ass and said, "Get out of here." Yeah, it's infinitely better. This all makes more sense, and the flirting scenes are very funny.
Yes.
The idea of giving any kind of sexuality to Admiral Akbar is kind of something I need in my life. Don't tempt me with your feminine wiles. I'm a military man. It won't work.
I love the idea of Admiral Akbar just having, like, such a level of unexplained sexual charisma that, like, everyone he run into, he has some kind of, like, relationship history with.
Look, Leia, I know there's a thing between us, but it's not gonna happen.
Can't happen. I respect Han Solo too much.
Yeah, I just, look, and we're colleagues, okay? Don't shit where you eat.
That'd be very important on a water planet, too, where it just floats around.
Super important. It's the first thing we learn. Anyway, so they go around back of the... Yeah, I love watching a master strategist at work. Once again, he's a con man.
Yeah, I don't...
It's very weird.
They just wanted a Lando story, and they just, like... came up with, like, a script that was left over from some other space adventure comic and slapped Lando into it.
And and I'm sure somebody was like, well, he's a general. Like, yeah, but that's not, he doesn't, it's sort of a show of respect more than he's actually doing the work of a general as we would know it.
We never see him doing any real generaling, right?
No, once again, that is all Akbar. Akbar is like your tactician.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm just going from here on out, viewing every scene here. It's like, what if Akbar?
It is great to think about. We do need more Akbar stories.
100%. So Lando's going to sneak in, but he says, hey, the rest of you stay here. I'm going to sneak in. I can do this better if I'm moving quietly by myself.
He also makes it clear that they are to capture the revolutionaries, not kill them.
Right. Lando, of course, is a man of mercy.
Yeah. And so Lando's like, all right, I'm going to go in there. And he's going to try to talk him down is sort of what he's saying.
Well, he's going to flush him out is what he gets to. I don't think he really has a plan coming in here, but eventually he finds these water tanks and he's going to set some charges and blow them up and hopefully, like, flush literally everybody out.
But of course, he ends up getting some very... goddamn, these guys... it's the mid 80s, but these are some 90s looking comic book characters.
I mean, these are also some late 80s looking comic book characters with like full visor sunglasses and pink pants with a weird like crotch harness and a midriff showing like battle vest. I don't know how else to describe this.
Yeah. What you doing over there?
This is a gang of 80s street toughs that would be like a Star Trek character would go back in time, beat these guys up, and steal their clothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the Terminator killed these guys when he first showed up. And so, yeah, they've got their guns on him. And
but this is after Lando has planted his explosive charges.
So he's like, hey, put your guns down because everything's wired to explode. And this guy's move is, I'm just going to tackle him.
And they do. And Lando drops the detonator and it goes off and everything explodes.
Yeah. Not the smartest of guys.
No one accused these revolutionaries of intelligence.
No.
They are hiding in a mine with one entrance and one exit.
The detonator? Yeah, the one he showed you and said the place was rigged with.
Yeah. Well, we cut to outside where Harlock and Danu are like, oh, hey, it exploded. Hope Lando's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And so then we go inside for a very, intense moment here where everyone's in the water and they look like, oh, Jesus.
This is some Black Freighter stuff from Watchmen.
Very much so. Yeah. All of a sudden, this got real gritty, real fast.
Because, all of these revolutionaries are like, help me, I'm dying, water, I'm dying. And it's like, hold still, I'll try to get you. No, I can't hold on.
Grab this rock if you can. Oh, no, my friends. Yeah.
Bleak.
They emerge badly shaken, but still alive.
Until...
they all get mowed down.
Yeah, this guy in a sky sled comes flying in and starts mowing people down. Lando comes charging out saying, stop, you're killing people. And the guy in the sky sled is like, yep, and I'm going to kill you too.
And he's like, but I'm Lando. And he's like, what? Oh.
Right, Lando.
Yeah, the only black guy. I just... and then he goes, you need to wear a uniform or something. It's clearly him. You can see him.
Yeah, he did lose his cape at some point, which is a tragedy.
Without that cape, you could have been anybody.
Could have been anybody.
Despite the fact, those guys, actually, the thing about you need a uniform, those guys are all wearing uniforms.
Yeah, I guess if he was dressed like one of the palace guard, but everyone's wearing just shades of brown and mustard yellow, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's very weird. It doesn't work. But we're just once again supposed to not like these people.
Yeah, fair enough. Because Lando is gathering up people, or one of the few survivors. Harlock is like, leave that one to me, I'll kill him. And Lando's like, stop killing people.
What did I say? And then basically they were like, look, we thought you might be dead. And so in that event, we thought it was okay to slaughter.
No doubt they were grief-stricken at losing their commander in the explosion.
Yeah, we were getting revenge for you. What?
Anyway, they capture this guy who looks like, I don't know, a bad Flash sidekick. Very
much so, yeah. All right. This guy's working for the trickster.
Yeah, he's like a trickster goon, or maybe he is the Whizzer understudy.
Yeah. He bounces around in Central City.
He's got a bowl cut and goggles and a sleeveless shirt with yellow and orange chevrons going down it.
I wonder if Mirrormaster's hiring. And then he's like, Harlock, bury the people you killed.
I'm going to tie this guy up and take him back to the Citadel to get some answers.
I want to talk about Lando's outfit, which is just different shades of blue.
Yeah, and it is just Han Solo.
It is Han Solo's outfit colored different colors of blue.
Yeah. So this is a vest with a long sleeve shirt and a black belt and black pants with the boots that come up to just below the knees and a gun at his hip. He looks like a palette swapped Han Solo.
Not the first time he's dressed like Han Solo. It's one of my favorite things at the end of Empire when he's Captain of the Millennium Falcon. He's also wearing Han Solo's outfit.
Look, what do you think was in the closet?
Yeah, what I have to do. It's nothing but vests in there.
Thankfully, they're the same size.
Yeah, he got rid of my capes and he made it all vests. All right, so they're like, all right, I'm taking this guy back and I'm going to question him. You know, like Lando does.
Lando, master interrogator.
Lando has got real cop energy in this. That's very strange.
Because, he's hauling this guy in, and the queen is like, a prisoner? I insist he be given to my interrogators. And Lando, saying something that, is completely out of left field, is like, no thanks. I remember your family's method of interrogating.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he kind of knows there's something up with them. It's very weird.
Also, he was presumably tortured by these people last time he was here.
Well, when your father got a hold of me.
Why would he come back here?
I don't know. That's the thing is it's like earlier he was like, sure, I'm willing to help. He's like, no, I know what kind of evil you people are up to. What is going on?
Yeah. Anyway, he gets Condiment King Jr. into a room here and...
yeah, Condiment King. And so he's like, and immediately he's like, no, something's going on. Tell me what's up.
Yeah. Straighten me out about the political situation on Dragita. What's the picture? Here, I'll hand you this gun so that you trust me.
An insane decision, by the way.
I mean, we find out in a panel that it's not loaded.
Which I gotta say, once again, I always bring this up. Loaded is a strange word for me.
Didn't have a power pack in it.
Yeah, but you rarely hear it used in Star Wars.
Sure.
That's a loaded blaster he's holding.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Because as this guy proves, most people assume a blaster is loaded. For it to be unloaded is actually very strange.
Yeah. Really think you can pry answers out of a man with a loaded blaster? The only reason he says loaded blaster is so that he can later say it was unloaded, right?
Right.
Because you've never heard anyone say that. That's really weird. Anyway, but I like that once again, Lando's like, all right, you got to tell me, am I on the wrong side of this? Because I'm starting to think I am.
Yeah, I mean, Lando is actually showing some intelligence here when he says, Sarna gives you revolutionaries a bloodthirsty rep, but her boys showed the real flair for slaughter. Or is everyone on this planet homicidal?
Well, I think I'm leaning towards that last one because I think, and I know it just has to do with the timing here. It's not like he spent any time with the revolutionaries. They immediately attacked him and the place blew up. So...
True.
This idea that he's just like, yeah, they're bad, but I don't know why he would assume these people might be good. I guess he's giving this guy the chance, but it doesn't matter because he's shot in the back immediately.
Well, just as this guy is about to say, well, the Empire has been defeated, so all the people want is blarg.
Chow! Chow!
And so, yeah.
And then, you idiot!
As Harlech comes bursting in saying, that guy had a gun, so I killed him.
I mean... Yeah.
If
I know he's evil, but he's kind of right.
If the captain of the Royal Guard sees a guest of the royal house at gunpoint, what reasonably should he have done?
I know. I'm just going, you idiot. I'm like, not really. It's a weird moment.
But Daru comes in and says, oh no, I don't know this person's name.
I mean, stranger, I don't know. And then once he goes, clean up your dirty work, bury him too. God damn it, you're doing a lot of digging today.
Look, if you just set your guns to vaporize, this wouldn't be a problem.
So Lando is pissed.
Yeah. Clean up your dirty work, Harlech. I'll deal with you later. As Danu follows him saying, Lando, wait.
And he's like, did you know him? She goes, no. And he goes, I thought you started to say his name. And then where are you going? Somewhere. Anywhere but here. Just fucking leave, Lando. God, you have no allegiance to these people.
But he's got to go ruminate. He's going to go brood in a bar.
Yeah. In classic 80s neon noir fashion, everyone in the foreground is all red and everyone in the background is yellow and Lando's in full color.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very this is a classic. I always bring up the Blade Runner adaptation that Marvel did
for sure. Yeah,
as this very evocative sort of which fits the moodiness of that. But I like that here, where it's like he's in kind of a seedy, dark place.
Well, and you also know that this is his thinking chair because he's going to do a lot of thought bubbling here in these first two panels.
And he even thinks in his own mind, all right, let's add things up. Gonna do the math.
So, yeah, he starts, figuring out, okay, all of this points to someone being a traitor inside the royal house. Well, it's got to be Harlech. Yeah. That guy has a bad guy face and a bad guy name.
Yeah, Harlech. That would explain. But yeah, I mean, really, that is kind of his only reason for thinking that. He has no evidence of it.
Right.
I'm like, that guy seems like kind of a jerk. It's probably him. Great detective work, Lando.
And all of this is suddenly derailed when a couple of guards who are also in this bar in the background say, "Good thing we killed those Democrats."
This really made me laugh. They are just openly being like, "Ha, I love squashing democracy."
You know what's good? Fascist leadership. I'm so glad we killed the people who are opposed to that.
Wait a minute, did he say what I think he said?
Democracy?
Yeah. And then he just busts into Sarna's, office or whatever and goes, "Sarna, I'm fighting a democracy?" Which I gotta say, now we're into, and I recognize a lot of this. Well, no, it's happening. It's happening in the 80s because Vietnam is having stuff. The idea of supporting or fighting democracy is kind of a tricky subject for us.
Yeah. I mean, especially, let's see, this is 1984. When does the Iran-Contra stuff happen?
God, it's right in here, right? Iran-Contra affair. 85 it really starts, so it's about to happen, but
okay.
This idea that, like, well, if they want a democracy, then that's 100% the right answer and we need to back that, and you're just like, yeah, that's a great idea in theory, but it just feels like Lando should just be like, look, this is a civil war, I'm out.
Right. And we also already know that Queen Sarna here has, like, well, really what she cares about is the profits from the mine.
Yeah. But it is just kind of like, look, I'm not sure. You know nothing about these miners other than they want whatever they consider democracy. This is very complex stuff.
Right. I mean, again, like, U.S. dictating, like, what is good international policy in, I don't know, South American countries.
The spread of democracy kind of stuff. God damn it. It's it's been the downfall of our country for a long time now.
But, like, I'm just saying, in 84, this was maybe timely.
It maybe was, but it doesn't have anything to say about it.
No.
In fact, it kind of lands on the Reagan side of we should always support democracy no matter what.
Because Lando says, why didn't you tell me these people want self-rule? And then she goes into, because it doesn't matter.
And then she's just like, you're going to make money. I'll give you even more money. And this is where you get into weird Lando stuff where it's like, I get that they're trying to be like, look, I've changed. But it's all I may be mercenary, but since I joined the rebellion, I've earned a lot of people's respect. I'm not throwing that all away on you. So it's not even that I believe in this. It's just, I don't want people to think I'm a bastard.
And Lando even does say, like, find yourself another sucker. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, get out of there, Lando. Get out.
But unfortunately, Sarna reveals her true colors as she says, well, you know too much now. Harlech, kill this fool.
Wait, does he? What's he gonna go do?
Lando at this point knows nothing.
That's the thing where I'm just like, actually, you just made things worse. He's just gonna leave.
Also, like, you've destroyed the Empire. What higher power are you going to say, like, oh, these people are fighting for self-determination. Maybe the Queen is up to no good.
Yeah. It seems like he seems legitimate and I just want to get out of here. And she's like, no, I'm going to make things way worse.
Yeah. Lando does distract the moment by saying, like, oh, come on, Harlech, we're on the same team. I know you're the traitor.
What?
You accuse me? I've done nothing but execute Queen Sarna's orders.
Yeah, once again, talk about this guy is straight out of Prince Valiant.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's got a mustache to prove it.
Yeah, that helmet is, come on, look at the little point. It's very Knights of the Round Table, but kind of reshaped.
This is, what is it? Camelot 3000?
Ah, yes. A DC book, yes, absolutely.
For sure.
And then he's like, whoop, guess I was wrong.
And everyone starts shooting at Lando, and Lando runs away.
And so there he is, pew pew, running away, and then he gets yanked into a closet or something.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, it's Danu.
Yeah, and of course, surprise, surprise, she's the inside person.
Right, because she's undermining her sister's rule so that she can support the revolution.
Right.
And but we also learn that she has set up the munitions room to blow, so there's no time for questions. We need to run.
Which is so funny. It's like, I pulled you into this room, but we have to go because it's about to blow.
Don't ask questions. Go!
Thanks, but I wish just someone would tell me what's going on here. Agreed, Lando.
Thank you, Lando. You're speaking for the audience.
Yeah. And now Sarna is in full-on Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless supervillain mode. Find Lando! If he escapes, he might bring the rebellion down on us.
I will say,
that's an interesting...
The timeline of events here starts making a little bit more sense, and her worry starts making a bit more sense to me if you consider, like, okay, what sort of government would rise successfully in the era of the Empire? Tyrannical dictatorship. Totally makes sense.
Right.
So, like,
right.
Her wanting to suppress any kind of democratic rule of her world, and the Empire being totally chill with that makes sense. So the idea that her thought process now being like, oh, the people who brought down the Empire, if they learn about what I'm doing on my planet, I'm on the chopping block next.
Yeah. Although it just seems like, once again, the state of the rebellion and its government is a fascinating question at this point. But yes, her worry is, except for now, she's just a screaming, crazy supervillain.
Yeah, well, look, every comic book needs one of those.
Yeah. And of course, everybody's on board with this. And just at this time, the Princess Danu is signals, revolutionaries, attack! And the revolutionaries are just, this is my big problem with this. The revolutionaries are just revolutionaries. We don't really know what they want beyond democracy.
And they'll kill anyone to get it.
That's what I'm, yeah, it's sort of the thing where I'm just like, I'm not sure why I should be on their side. I get that Sarna is a terrible dictator, but I'm not sure these guys are good guys.
But they blast down the walls, hitting the guard's small munitions shed.
I'm starting to feel like we're in Rambo 3 territory, where he's like, these Afghani revolutionaries seem all right to me.
This movie is dedicated to the brave fighters of the Mujahideen.
Oh, yeah. I remember that title card. Keep fighting, boys. Look, Stallone's heart was in the right place. But it was a very simplistic... Anyway, these guys also... the revolution... There are these guys, and then there are the guys with the goggles.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, unnamed revolutionary people that just appear out of nowhere and start attacking the Citadel.
I was surprised about the Sam Elliott cameo here.
See, I thought the Mole Man's older brother showing up in this bottom right panel was very cool.
I didn't know they worked together.
Yeah.
We did a project together years ago in the 80s, yeah. And so, I mean, yeah, Lando's out of there, and he's basically just like, well, they're going to murder everybody. I guess I better just get out of here.
Yeah, and get out of there he tries to, but there's people on jetpacks coming after him.
Yeah.
The promise of the cover has been fulfilled.
Oh, and it's so much wilder than the cover, actually, because he's the Sky Slug's going to get shot off, and then he's going to dive through the glass of the throne room.
Because his thought process here is, oh, great, jetpacks, they fly now? Time for desperate measures. Sarna got me into this, maybe she can get me out. I have to go back to the palace. There, she is, in the throne room. I hope the glass dome shatters more easily than I do.
Fucking hell. God, this is just all, none of this is very Lando to me.
Again, if all of this is Admiral Akbar, I'm so much more on board. Action Akbar, I need it.
Action Akbar. I'm going to go pitch, I want to pitch that to Marvel. The comic is called Action Akbar.
It's basically the A-Team if it's just Admiral Akbar.
He's a one-man A-Team.
Which is basically just MacGyver, right?
Yeah. I just like the idea is, before I was an admiral, I got up to some shit.
But yeah.
And so, yeah, he crashes through the glass. Lando! Full on. I mean, this is so Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon, how could you?
Gordon's alive!
But Lando tucks and rolls, comes up swinging, and grabs Sarna by the neck and has her at gunpoint.
This isn't usually my style, but any port in a storm.
So he's like, hey, nobody moves or the queen gets it. And of course, Harlech, being a bad guy, says, good, do it.
And he's posing with his hands on his hips going, ha! God, kill them!
We can make do with a king, Calrissian. Guard, kill them.
But then, of course, what's this? The revolutionaries are all around them.
You know, because they're here now. Why not?
Yeah, how'd they get in there? I don't know.
Don't worry.
We no longer answer to your kind, Captain, and we have many scores to settle. This guy's so getting hanged. Publicly.
Well, no, he's getting shot in the chest is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, had he not pulled his gun, but like the way they talk about the scores to settle, there's going to be a show trial, and then this dude would be beheaded in the square.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, your men have already surrendered, Harlech. Once again, how many revolutionaries there are? Unclear. Like, I got note how many guards there were? Unclear. I said, this wants to do this story, but it also wants to do none of the details of this revolution at all.
Right. Because
face it, the monarchy is finished.
Harlech gets shot in the chest after he pulls a gun. Then Lando's like, what is happening? As Danu rushes in and hugs him.
How can anyone be so wrong all the time? Okay.
And Danu's like, maybe he'll be smarter when he comes to. Oh, so I guess he was stunned?
Oh, that doesn't... We know what a stun blast looks like, though, and it doesn't look like that.
Anyway, yeah, they need to keep him alive so they can behead him in the square.
Yeah.
Put his head in a stick.
There you go. Well, because that is sort of the thing. We'll have a democracy at last. You're like, yeah, but there have been overthrows that have led to democracies that have been pretty fucking horrible. This does not mean yay. Now there's a lot of shit to figure out.
Don't worry about it, John. This is a metaphor for the larger rebellion.
Well, and that's another thing, too, is Lando just came from an even bigger example of what's happening right here.
So, anyway, she's like, we owe it all to you. You were the perfect decoy, distracting the guards while the revolutionaries invaded the palace.
I do actually like this beat where he's like, great, now I'll take my money. And she's like, ooh, yeah, no, there's no money for you.
I'll give you a reward, 10 minutes to get on your ship and leave. As she pulls a gun on him.
What?
Your deal with Sarna, not us. Tell you what, there will be money in it for you if you take her with you.
And then I had to, this is not Joe Duffy, but this is kind of a Joe Duffy like, oh no, a sitcom's about to break out with the two of us?
Yeah, because the issue ends with Lando being like, fine, I'll take some money and take your horrible sister with me. And then we end on Lando and Sarna on the cockpit of his ship being like, okay, so that didn't work out, but I've got this other scheme cooking. And Lando's like, oh, not again.
Oh, Sarna! I can't wait to watch their antics each and every week.
Guess how many other issues Queen Sarna appears in, John?
Yeah, I'm going to guess a big fat 0.
What a good guess.
Oh, nice! No, this is terrible.
Yeah, and it ends on this quip where Lando being like, I'd be the brains of the operation if we had one. And Sarna saying, you, the brains, don't make me laugh.
And then the freeze frame is both of them at the same time saying, now here's my plan. What?
Oh, can these two mismatched, one a former queen from a despotic regime, the other a card shark from Cloud City?
Yeah. Executive producer Gary Marshall.
I'd read that book, honestly.
You know what? If they actually just own that it's a sitcom, yes, I would too. Just lean in.
Former despotic villainous queen and like weird charming card shark. Like that's a fun mismatched pair.
Sure. Once again, if you just owned it, but it's like, also we want to talk about a democracy rising up against a monarchy. You're like, ooh, that's pretty thorny.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you know what you're getting into here?
But yeah, that's where the issue ends. And
that's it.
What a fill-in issue it was.
God damn, it's so wild.
What?
I was reading this last night, weirdly because I was recording something else last night for the Tesla City Stories plug to listen to that podcast. So I was in the studio, and between takes, I was reading like a couple pages at a time of this, just going like, "What the fuck is this?" It was so much just like, what?
Where does this rate on the like level of fill-in issues for you? Because like we've had fill-in issues that are like legitimately don't feel like Star Wars, and at least this does like have a Star Warsy feel to it.
Yeah, this one doesn't feel. While it's crazy, it feels like a crazy Star Wars story. It doesn't feel as left of field to some things. I don't know. It's not as insane as the Obi-Wan Clone Wars one,
or the one where like Han Solo stars in what is like absolutely a Conan story, where he's like that chamber of floating people at the end.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a crazy story.
Or the Luke learning to joust one. I don't even think it's
Luke learning to joust comes to one. And of course, the legendary just what was a Prince Valiant story that had been drawn over.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, there was a 3-issue arc that was the John Carter story that got drawn over.
I guess that wasn't even a fill-in, which is amazing. Yeah. No, Luke learning to joust will always be up there where you're just like, I don't understand. There's literal knights now.
Yeah.
That's up there. So, yeah, it's not as, but it's pretty bonkers, especially when you consider where it's sitting, like post-Jedi.
Sure.
You're just like, once again, you have all this open runway, and you're like, this is what you did?
I love Bob McLeod's art. Like, I think he's a solid comic book artist. The panel layout here and the pacing, I think, is great.
The art is really what saves this thing. Because the story is loopy, and if you think about it at all, and particularly in relation to the character of Lando, you're like, wait, what? Once again, yes, I agree with your note. Should be Admiral Akbar, 100% better story. But change nothing else.
Yes. Imagine this last page, but it's Admiral Akbar being like, and I'd be the brains of the operation.
I'm a brilliant military tactician, damn it. Of course I would be.
Of course I need the money, damn it.
You know about my gambling problem? We know so little about Admiral Akbar that you really almost could give him any kind of backstory, right?
Like, we only canonically know little about Admiral Akbar, John. There is much to be said about Admiral Akbar.
Of course. I mean, that's every Star Wars character for the most part, right?
Yeah.
They're all they're, you know, if you start getting into books and stuff, they're always, the answers are always there. But it is sort of a thing about like, man, the open runway of an Akbar book.
Yeah.
Tales of Akbar.
Like, you don't even know his first name, I'm guessing.
I do know he has one, but I do not know it off the top of my head.
Gail Akbar.
That's right. That does sound
Gial.
Aren't you kind of bummed that it's not an A name?
I mean,
like Admiral Adam Akbar.
That seems like almost too much.
Admiral Adonis Akbar.
Adonis Akbar. Shit, that is really good.
Yeah, right? Adonis Akbar. Fuck around and find out. Well, there you go. There's an episode. If you want more from us, including all kinds of content, early episodes, you can hear Grigoni and I watch old superhero TV shows. You can head over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/punchup, that's punchupent. Get cool exclusive bonus content, as well as help out all the shows on the Punch Up Entertainment Network.
Indeed.
Where else can people check us out, Grigoni?
youtube.com/@punchupentertainment. There is all of our shows, including this one, in an enhanced format. You can read the book along with us. Just imagine every page, instead of Lando, it being Admiral Akbar. It's a very enjoyable experience.
Oh boy, wouldn't he ever? Him diving through that window would be I would need to own that art.
Comic book artists, listen here. Inserting Admiral Akbar into dramatic action sequences will always improve the story.
Yeah, that guy's always just sort of sitting there in the spaceship. I want to see him get into the fight,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. While you're there, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps us out, growing our audience and sharing everything we enjoy here on the Punch Up Entertainment Network. Thank you all so much for helping us out there.
For sure.
But I think that is going to do it for us this week. As always, I have been Mike Ergoni.
I'm John Campbell.
And remember, may the panel be with you.